Hey everybody, I saw something today that I never thought I was going to see. I am just totally amazed, and I think it was so cool and so important, and I have to sit down and tell you about it. Even though it's late, I want to sit down and do it the same day because it was just such an incredible act of humility that was going above and beyond the call. Well, I guess maybe not above and beyond the call of Christ, but above and beyond the call of a normal pastor or what's expected normally. And the thing was that a few weeks ago, our pastor gave a very strong announcement that we are going to be doing the books of First and Second Samuel, and we have the year planned out, and we're going to march through here. We're going to get to talk about David, and he's such a charismatic and wonderful character, and he held a good teaching. But honestly, I couldn't really focus on the teaching, and I was listening to people sigh and moan behind me, people from the youth group. Why? Because we are just now finishing Second Samuel. We just did those books for the last year and a half, and now the youth group is coming and hearing that they're going to have to do it all again. And I found out later, one person was even like, I'm not going to come Sundays anymore. But I went up to the pastor and I was like, hey, did you know that we were just finishing up? And he's like, oh yeah, I guess I had heard that sometime, but I didn't really realize it. Oh man, you know what? I'm just going to take it back. I was like, I can submit, we can try to figure something out. He's like, no, I was stuck between Proverbs and doing Samuel. I should have talked to people first. We'll just do Proverbs. I'll just take it back. After he'd just given the strong message of this is what we're going to do, to then say, I'll take it back. I was like, wow, that is humility. Most people would say, oh, no, I'll look, well, they might not say it, but they think it. No, I can't take it back. I'll look so stupid up there. The people will think I don't know what I'm doing. No, I don't want to look stupid, and we already have this plan and we're marching down this plan. And I thought it was so cool and so refreshing and so humble that he got up there in front of all these people, all these hundreds of people, thousands with the live stream, and just said, hey, I made a mistake. I should have talked to people first. I'm sorry, guys. I made a mistake. And it was amazing because the atmosphere was so good. Like, people were laughing. They were lighthearted. Of course, there were some people who were kind of disappointed because they wanted to do the life of David. But then he gave an incredible message about Proverbs and Solomon. And then everybody just got excited about that. And I thought, that is so good. That is such a good part of church culture, especially that the leader of this enormous organization, and there's all kinds of branches coming out, the leader there says, you know what, I made a mistake. I didn't get enough information, and I made a big decision before I should have. I made a mistake. I thought, wow, that is so exemplary. And it's so cool because that is so freeing for everybody else. If the head guy is allowed to say, I made a mistake, if he's allowed to make failure, or to have failures, then we're allowed to do it too. We're also allowed to have failures, to make mistakes. Like, I'm just blown away. And I just think it's so cool, and I want that to remain a part of our culture. And I also want to encourage anybody else who, maybe there are people who stumble across this who have some really strong-headed leaders in their church or something, which, the Bible does talk about the blessing of having a hard forehead. And we need those kind of people too. The best is a hard forehead and a soft heart, to have both of those aspects and just know which one to use in every situation. But I just thought, man, that was such a big step of humility. And in the end, I think everybody loved him more for it. And that's the coolest thing. And that's actually something you see in the life of David, which we're not going to be studying a second time now. But that, David just does what seems right to him. And even if the people don't understand it at first, afterwards they just love him more for it. And that's the cool thing about making the right choice, is afterwards people have even more respect for you for having humbled yourself than if we try to act like we have it all together and we never make mistakes and our performance is always on. No, I thought, man, that was so raw and authentic and encouraging, just for me to also be like, you know what, if he can make mistakes, I can make mistakes. We are all allowed to make mistakes. So that was just an amazing experience. I wanted to share that with you, encourage you guys, especially if you're in a position where you are afraid to make mistakes. If we admit our mistakes and just stand to them, people will respect us more afterwards than they did before. So the Spirit of God is the Spirit of truth. Just do what's true. Just admit to what is true. And God will bless you, and people will probably respect you more for it. So thank you, Pastor Alex. I very much respect the decision you made, and I thought it was, very impressive. And I hope that we get to continue to see God work. God bless you guys.